You are Locked On Phillies Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Philadelphia, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome into the show, everybody. My name is Mark Farzetta. This right here is your Locked On Sports Philadelphia Phillies Postcast. And hey, remember when these shows were fun? When the Phillies like winning a lot and we just have fun? Talking about baseball, like, oh, the Phillies won again. They were dominant. Oh, man, that was a long time ago. That was a very, very, very long time ago. Hey, remember when Ranger Suarez would start and he'd win, like, all the time? That was a good time. It was a fun start of the season. He made an all-star team doing that. He was going to be in the all-star game, but he didn't pitch because he had a bad lower back. But his last couple of starts leading up to the all-star game, nowhere near all-star worthy. Tonight, and I'll get into it tonight, he wasn't god-awful. He wasn't like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 run awful. But he wasn't, all-star caliber even, Ranger Suarez tonight, unfortunately. Still one of his better starts in recent memory. We'll, of course, break it down when it comes to Ranger Suarez. And then just lifeless. Just absolutely lifeless when it comes to how this Phillies team played today. Bryce Harper, because it starts out the ball game with a monster shot onto the turf, what are they playing over there? Cornhole, Bago. I don't know. They also look like they had the giant Connect 4 going on there and a little kid zone in right field at the target field out there in Minnesota, right? And Harper blasts it onto the play area. And those kids were like, oh, baseball, no way. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be so much fun to watch this game today because the Phillies offense is actually off to a good start, and there's no way they're not going to hit again. It's like going to be up and down. No, they found their swings, man. It's going to be great. It wasn't. It sucked. It was all awful. One hit. Let's see. Turner worked a walk in the 6th inning on a double play ball that Bryce Harper hit on the screws, and it was just right at the first baseman, and they were able to turn 2. It was actually a 3-6 double play, and then Bohm grounded out right after that, and that was it. So nothing doing there for the Phillies, unfortunately. Then they didn't get another base runner until Alec Bohm had 2 strikes on him in the batter's box with 26 outs already recorded. He was looking to be the final out of the ball game. Grounded, should have been a ground out to short, and then ended up being an error, went into the dugout. Phillies then, you're not going to believe this. The Phillies, on that error, had Alec Bohm take second base, which meant they had a runner in, say it with me, scoring position. And that was a foreign concept in this ball game. A runner on base in general, a foreign concept. But we'll, of course, talk about it all. But first, I got to tell you that this particular program is brought to you by the wonderful people of Prize Picks. The easiest, most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnMLB and use promo code LockedOnMLB. That's LockedOnMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. Before we go any further, like and subscribe. Locked On Sports Philadelphia. That's like and subscribe on Locked On Sports Philadelphia. All new channel here on Locked On Sports Philadelphia. So welcome in. My name's Mark Farzetta. Let's get into it. 3 big things. Number 1, Ranger Suarez. Again, not horrible, but not great. He was limited tonight. He was only going to be on a 80-pitch limit. He got to 79. They said, no more for you, sir, despite the fact that it was 5 1/3, despite the fact he had just struck out a guy on 3 pitches. Rob Thompson stuck to his guns and said, it's your first start in 10 days. Forget about it. You're not going to be throwing anymore. We want to make sure that you're healthy. You're coming back from the injury. It's been a long layoff. We don't want you to ramp it up too quickly. So you're going to be having a quick start. He was cruising for a little bit there. Ranger Suarez goes out there in the first inning, has a 13-pitch 1-2-3 inning, easy peasy. Goes out there in the second inning, gives up 1 hit to lead, but that inning ended up being a 10-pitch inning. Third inning ran into a little bit of trouble. Gave up the RBI single to Castro to center field on a 3-1 fastball that was out over every inch of the plate, dead middle of the plate. And Castro was able to get the RBI single to center field. That made it a 2-1 ball game, and Ranger Suarez threw 23 pitches in that third inning. As many pitches as he used in the first 2 innings combined. Then he comes out in the 4th inning. Everything settles in rather nicely, including the strikeout of Camargo that he had there on the He went curveball, fastball, sinker after being down 2-0 in the count, I believe is how that one started out. Came back to get the strikeout looking. 9 pitches in that 4th inning. 5th inning, things got a little shaky as well. He gave a leadoff single to Kepler. Then he got Castillo to strike, or excuse me, grounded into, or got the ground rule double off the end of the bat. So he had runners on 2nd and 3rd in that instance with nobody out. It was just inside the line. Margot goes up there. He gets the 2-run single to right field. Jeffers goes up there. He strikes out. Castro then strikes out in center field. And then Buxton goes up there and strikes out. And then Buxton goes up there and grounds into the 5-4 putout. 16 pitches in that 5th inning, giving up 2 runs. Comes back out for the 6th. Suarez is at 71 pitches. Santana gives it the single to Santana. Strikes out Lee, looking at an inside sinker. It was off the plate, but it was a generous strike call. He got the strike. And then they take Suarez out of that, and they bring in Orion Kerkering. Orion Kerkering somehow magically, and we'll get to the bullpen, did not allow a run in a tight spot there in the 6th inning. But later, Sir Anthony Dominguez, Junior Marte, they had their struggles in this ballgame. But for the most part tonight, Ranger Suarez was not god-awful. I don't feel like they lost the game because of Ranger Suarez. I feel like they lost the game because of their bullpen. They lost the game tonight because of their offense. That brings me to number 2. In the 1st inning of tonight's game, Kyle Schwarber does his thing where he swings at the first pitch. Sometimes it works out. Most times it doesn't. In this case, it did not work out. Then Trey Turner gets a little bloop single to right field. Bryce Harper steps up there as the next batter. He gets a 2-2 cutter that comes in on him. He whips the barrel of the bat around and smacks that thing 424 feet down the right field line. 2-0 Phillies lead. Feel pretty good about that. JT Realmuto steps up, grounds out the short. Nick Castellanos grounds into the 5-4 force out after that. 5-4 put out. It was rough. After the 1st inning, so much hope, nothing happening. 2nd inning rolls around. Bryson Stott gets a bloop single, very similar to Trey Turner's hit, the first hit of the ball game there for the Phillies. And then the Phillies go down 1-2-3. 3rd inning, 1-2-3. 4th inning, 1-2-3. 5th inning, wait for it, 1-2-3. 6th inning, Trey Turner works the walk. Phillies don't get another base runner till the E6 by the Twins, where Alec Bohm was able to get on second base in the 9th inning. And that was it. Brandon Marsh grabbed a bat at one point. Like, there's a couple of things that really, really grind my gears in this game tonight. Number 1, Johan Rojas. What the hell are you doing swinging at a first pitch ever? You know, Johan Rojas has like 8 walks this season. 8. He's played in 74 games. He's got 8 walks. Johan Rojas. Johan Rojas has 8 walks. How? If you're giving him go up there and be a free swinger, that is bonkers to me. Hacks at the first pitch in his first at bat, flew out to left field. He had nothing for you in this game. This guy should be trying to work long counts. He should be trying to capitalize on mistakes made by pitchers, mostly of the walking variety, because when he swings a bat, he's not very good. Bunting, let's try some more bunts. Let's get something going that way. Flip the lineup over. Give it to Kyle Schwarber. See what he's got going on for you. Rather Kyle Schwarber go up there and take his hacks than Johan Rojas swinging at first pitches. That's the last thing I need. That really bothered me tonight. Something else that bothered me tonight about this offense was, is Brandon Marsh hurt or not? Because he grabbed a bat for Johan Rojas later in the ball game, and supposedly he's okay to throw the ball because it's his right arm, lefty. He's a right arm is bothering him, so he can't hit. It hurts to hit, but he can throw okay. So what do? They have him pinch hit for Johan Rojas. Okay, this is make it make sense. And then this has more to do on the defensive side of things, with Brandon Marsh not being able to play and Johan Rojas being taken out. Weston Wilson got the start in left field tonight. I don't from what it looked like, Weston Wilson made an egregious error that won't be an error. Rather, it'll be a misplay. But he went back on that baseball in the 7th inning to lead off that inning against Jeffers. And it either looked like, at first I thought he just missed it. Then they showed a couple of different angles, and I thought, well, did he just jump too early? Then I heard Ben Davis and Tom McCarthy try to figure out what the heck happened on this particular play. And my gut feeling is what was my first knee-jerk reaction, which was he just missed it. Whether he jumped too soon or didn't extend the mitt far enough, his hand far enough, whatever it was, Weston Wilson missed it. On a day where Whit Merrifield gets picked up by the Braves, and I know every single Phillies fan had the same thought I did initially, which is now he's going to hit 350 for the Braves, and he's going to face the Phillies in the playoffs, and he's going to hit 3 home runs in that series, and he's going to give the Phillies their walking papers after they gave him his walking papers. But anyway, Weston Wilson, I just think flat out missed it. 7th inning rolls on. Castro strikes out. Buxton grounds out to third. And then Carlos Santana goes up there and gets the RBI double to make that one a 4-2 lead, expanding the Phillies' deficit to 2 runs. So I don't know what Weston Wilson was doing out there, but everybody, this lineup, you talk about the lineup tonight, 4 hits, unfortunately, in this lineup tonight. They came by way of Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, Alec Bohm got one earlier in the game, and then Bryson Stott got one in the 2nd inning. How this offense can go ice cold, and I do give credit. Bailey Over tonight was very good. 7 innings, 2 runs. Changeup was working phenomenally well for him, keeping the Phillies off balance. But if you know that guy's going to be throwing that changeup, if it becomes a habit for him, a go-to pitch. I mean, it wasn't like it was the first time he's been letting that changeup go tonight. I mean, he's been doing it all season. And the Phillies just go, nah, can't do anything with it, so that's that. Not cool. Offense being inconsistent, not cool. Finally, number 3 has to go to that bullpen. Orion Kirkering, again, by some miracle, got out of that 6th inning. Thank goodness. And then Junior Marte comes into this game, recently recalled from Lehigh Valley. Here's the thing that really sticks out to me. It definitely looked like he didn't have any footing. Whenever I think of that, I always think of Mitch Williams, because Mitch Williams would always say that his arm was healthy as anything when he retired, but his knee was gone. He had no place to land. So Junior Marte had me thinking about that tonight, because I guess with the slippery surface, the hour and a half rain delay, whatever it was, I guess he felt like he couldn't come down with any type of confidence. So his follow-through was all sorts of messed up. Whatever. Bottom line, 36 pitches for Junior Marte in 1 inning of work tonight. Only 20 of those 36 pitches were for strikes. Good God, man. Oh. 3 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks, threw behind a guy. Brick killed a guy. That escalated quickly. Threw behind a guy. That was fun. A couple of pass balls there. One bounced right back to JT Realmuto. JT Realmuto looked exasperated trying to catch those balls. It was almost like he was catching those balls in protest. Like, the only reason I'm even catching these is because we got the bases loaded and runs are going to score if I don't catch these. If there's such a thing to watch a catcher catch a ball in protest, that's what I saw tonight in the 8th inning. Yeah, that was pretty terrible. Sir Anthony Dominguez wasn't great. 2 hits in his inning of work, gave up that run, the double to Carlos Santana. He smacked that double like it was a PlayStation. If you know, you know. Anyway, so very disappointing loss for the Phillies tonight, and it just feels like we've been saying that far too often. Now we're talking about a team that's, 2 games over 500 in their last 35 games? For those scoreboard watching, we'll break down what happened elsewhere tonight. There is a little tidbit of good news, so we'll get to that. I'm desperate to see your opinions, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. Plus, when we come back, we're going to take a look at Ranger Suarez's most recent numbers and how we know that it's not that impressive, but we'll get that back. We'll get that to you in a second. You're coming up live here on Locked On Sports Philadelphia, the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. Back in a second. Prize Picks. Hope you guys are having a blast on Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest, most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. And unlike other apps on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. You can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000. Get in on all the excitement and win up to 100 times your cash with summer games on Prize Picks. With Prize Picks, you can turn $10 into $1,000 while watching Team USA rack up the gold medals this summer. You can make Prize Picks lineup of players across basketball, soccer, tennis, golf, and so much more. As little as 60 seconds it takes to set your lineup. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you're locked in. Download the Prize Picks app today and use promo code LOCKEDONMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. That's promo code LOCKEDONMLB on Prize Picks for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's just that easy on Prize Picks. Passion, drive, patience. The formula for winning championships is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and so much more. Whether you're into speed, power, style, all the above, eBay Motors has you covered with over 122 million parts for your #1 ride or die. You'll always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride or die every time or your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. With all the parts you need, the prices you want, it's easy to make your car the MVP and bring home huge wins. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. That's ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. eBay Guaranteed Fit. Only available to U.S. customers. I mentioned that we were going to get into Ranger Suarez numbers. Well, check this out. First off, put on your monocle or your favorite pair of rec specs, okay? So June 8th, they were in London town, okay? He goes 5 2/3 there. He is his first start since getting hit in the hand. He wins his 10th win of the season. He's 10-1, okay? That's Ranger Suarez in jolly old England, jolly old London. Against the Mets, 7-2 Phillies victory. All right. Then against the Orioles, 6 2/3, 1 run. All right. Padres, 6 innings, 1 run. All right. Tigers, 6 innings, 4 runs, only 2 of them earned. He takes the loss, unfortunately. That's a rough one. But then the Marlins, 6 earned runs, 10 hits. Braves, 5 earned runs, 6 hits, 5 innings. Oakland Athletics, 6-2 loss. 4 earned runs, 6 innings of work, needing 97 pitches to do that, and he took the L. Now, 4 straight decisions for Ranger Suarez, including tonight's ball game, that he takes the L. I would really love, and I know you would love, for him to return to the all-star stuff. I will say this. 3 runs tonight, 5 1/3, 79 pitches, 7 hits. Again, not great, but I do feel like this was a step in the right direction for Ranger Suarez. If I have reason to be optimistic about anything in tonight's ball game, it's certainly not the way that Ranger pitched tonight, like all-star stuff, but in terms of, all right, maybe this is a step. Maybe there's a step in the right direction for Ranger Suarez. Maybe the back is straightened out a little bit. Now, 5 days from now, we can have him back out there on the bump, and out there, everything will be looking great. If I have any reason for optimism, it's that. Let's stretch for one more. Bryce Harper hitting a couple long balls. That's good to see. That's right. He had the home run tonight. He had another one in the 9th inning there against the Pirates, even though that meant nothing. 23 home runs on the season. Yeah, I'll take that from Bryce Harper. Yes, please, and thank you. Somebody's got to keep hitting in this lineup with some consistency, and Bryce Harper's just the guy to do it. So let's make that happen. All right. Let's see what you guys are saying about this one. It was a rough one. And I also caught myself watching this game tonight. Phillies are down 3-2. And I'm like, they're down a run. And I feel like it's 20 runs. And then they went down 4-2. And I went, now it feels like 50 runs. That was the feeling I had. Same for you? That's the feeling I had. John Marinelli, could this game be more boring? I agree. It was pretty terrible. Babs, what's up, Barbara? I ended up still changing my Farzy, you made a safe headline for tonight. You shouldn't have to change it. I changed it anyway. You know why? Because I'm a bastion of authenticity. I don't know. Anyway, 824 Buzz. Phillies are trash, smelling their own farts. Stott sucks. Marsh sucks. Harper talking crap. They haven't won anything. Team is a paper tiger, as I see it now, just like the Eagles were. Oh, here we go with the Eagles comparisons. The only Eagles thing I'm going to make a comparison to is the gauntlet. And the Phillies have the gauntlet schedule going on right now. Joseph, what's going on, man? Rough one to watch, but got to see it through. There you go. Die hard. It's like watching batting practice for the Twins. It certainly felt like that at one point. John Marinelli turned it off at 4-2. Don't blame you. 7-2 now, John. All I hope is that Mason Miller is hiding in the clubhouse somewhere back in Philly. Speaking of which, did you hear the story? So the Brewers were just in Minnesota. They were just out there in Minnesota. And the Rhys Hoskins fella, remember him? He left a note for the Phillies in the visitors' clubhouse. Isn't that cute? Isn't that adorable? Rhys Hoskins left a note. Apparently, he won the fantasy football. I think that's what he said in the note. Like, hey, hey, have fun. Love your champion, fantasy football champion, Rhys Hoskins. This is what I'm paraphrasing. This is what I got out of what Tom McCarthy had to say. And then I'm going to take a step further, and he said something along the lines of blank the Mets. You could figure it out. I'm pretty sure that's what that meant. Anyway. John Marinelli, great point. Can Mason Miller hit? No. Oh, Joseph Clay. All right. Brent Rooker and Randy Arozarena of the Rays, who's turned it on as of late. Spurgeon King. Agony, doom, despair, Junior Marte. John Marinelli, I'm looking forward to Ricky Bo's take on the post game. He's probably going to be hot. Oh, he was flipping. He was flipping out. I just caught him as I was going down the steps to get into the studio. And there's typical Ricky Bo. My man. My buddy. Spurgeon King, we were talking about benching Stott in favor of Sosa yesterday, and then a quote of Thompson pregame brings it up. Yeah, how about that? But he can't see it happening. This team's got serious internal problems. So if you didn't see the quote on the game tonight, Rob Thompson said that he's not necessarily calling it a platoon. He says right now that kind of needs to happen, but he doesn't see it happening as a regular thing going on, like going down the line. Stott's hit tonight I found interesting simply because it was an 0-2 count. And I think it was the fourth pitch of the at-bat. He went down in the count 0-2, swung at the first pitch, and then I think it was the fourth pitch of the at-bat he ended up putting into the outfield for his only hit of the night and only one of 4 hits for the Phillies. Oh, it was a 5-pitch at-bat. So he goes down 0-2, fouls one away. He swings at the first 3 pitches of the at-bat, which is just so weird for him. He goes down in the count. It's 0-2, takes a changeup away, or changeup down. It's 1-2. And then he gets the changeup out over the middle of the plate, high enough, a little over his knees, and he puts it into the outfield for a base hit, or the bloop hit to right field. And the Phillies couldn't do anything with that, unfortunately. But the fact that it was a 2-out hit, it reminded me a little bit of what we've seen so many times from Bryson Stott. But still, not looking like a guy who's about to break out of any slump, unfortunately. And then his last at-bat of the game, he takes that hard swing at a fastball up and looks like he tweaks something in his back. So, Wheeler back injury. Suarez back injury. Both those guys are back. Wheeler goes tomorrow. Now, Stott, we'll see. Brian, what does it seem like management gave this game up when it was only 4-2 with their pitching choice going into the 8th, even with the top of the I think it Brian, I get what you're saying, but what screwed them over was Ranger Suarez only being able to pitch about 80 pitches. He pitched 79. So they were more concerned with Ranger Suarez's health than necessarily winning the ball game. I mean, I'll trade one game for it, but not after that. Soto Strom, bring in the lefty. Could have done that. One plate appearance with runners in scoring position. Let that sink in. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Morgan Landy, can we please get another bat already? Dave Dombrowski. Oh, please. Well, John, I don't need to know about the money right now. It's killing me. It's killing me right now with this money. But yeah, I'd like to get another bat in here. Like, I can't see trade deadline's coming up in what? Now it's the 23rd, 7 days. Got your last week of auditions here. Weston Wilson didn't help himself with missing that ball in left field. I still think it's a guarantee they get somebody for the back end of the bullpen. As much as I'd love to say it's Mason Miller, I would have a hard time believing that. Babs, what's going on? Hey, Bryce Harper, let's win the World Series this year before you start talking about dynasty. Yeah. I do love when fans taunt Bryce Harper overrated. He's a 2-time MVP and he's overrated. Okay. And it's happened multiple. It happened in Cincinnati last year, I think it was, where they're like, overrated. Home run. Keep it happening, please. Frank Danches, I can hear the sarcasm. I think I hear sarcasm in this. Marte just needed better quality tongue depressors, and we're celebrating. Okay. Oh, Topper should have objected to the messed up mound? I don't know if he's going to win that battle later on. Matt Forrester, Forstater, what's going on? I'm telling you, number one, trade JT for a Rosarena, start Marshawn. Oh, my goodness. All right, you have my attention. Try a package, Casty, Alvey, Jose Alvarado, and Sir Anthony for Chisholm and a bullpen arm. I'm going to tell you right now, that ain't getting it done. Put Nola and Ranger in the bullpen. Holy Lord, Matt Forstater. Good Lord. That's a lot you got going on there. No to all of it. No. I'm not changing catchers full-time right now. The Castellanos, Alvarado, and Sir Anthony for Chisholm, that I know. If you're the Marlins, would you do that? I wouldn't do that. Who's young and going to help you in that package? No, nobody. And Nolan Ranger in the bullpen, dear Lord, absolutely not. Other than that, thank you for watching. I appreciate your comment. I don't agree with it. Trade proposal would get Dombrowski beat up. Sorry. Babs, we're off the rails, Babs. We're off the rails. Good Lord. All right. Thanks, everybody in the chat. You guys are wonderful. When we come back, we'll preview tomorrow's game. Phillies, Twins. Again, it's supposed to be a 7:40 start time. Hopefully it's nicer weather. Back in a second, you're Locked On Sports Philadelphia, your Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe to Locked On Sports Philadelphia's YouTube channel. This is your Locked On Phillies postcast. Oh, FanDuel's having a good time. I know you're having a great time with FanDuel. I love sports. You love sports. This time of year, it feels like the sports are sporting less. But, we got some big games. Big games coming up with the world competition going on. Get in on all the action this summer. FanDuel is hooking up all customers. Now, usually when we do a read like this, we say, oh, new customers get. No. This is all customers. New, current, all customers Get a boost or a bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day, all summer long. WNBA, the games, games going on, all that going on right now. MLB, FanDuel, FanDuel.com. Head on over to FanDuel.com. Start making the most out of your summer. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Here's what you got going on tomorrow night. The Philadelphia Phillies and Minnesota Twins are back at it tomorrow night. Phillies 63-36 on the season. Minnesota Twins now 54-44 on the year. You'll have Zach Wheeler back on the hill, making his first start since dealing with some back tightness. He is 10-4 on the season with a 2.70 ERA. He goes against Simeon Woods Richardson. He is 3-1 of the season with a 3.51 ERA. He's coming off a 4 1/3 inning performance against the San Francisco Giants. He allowed just 2 runs on 7 hits. He's been a pretty consistent pitcher for the Twins, to say the absolute least. His last outing where he gave up more than 3 runs were actually back-to-back outings against the Tigers and the Diamondbacks. He went 5 1/3 in one and 5 2/3 in another. Looking at the rest of his season, he has had just 1 start in the last 2 months that he's allowed more than 3 runs, and 2 starts all season where he's allowed more than 2 runs. So that's who the Phillies got tomorrow. That'll be fun. Right-handed pitcher, 23 years old, taking the ball against the Phils tomorrow. Zach Wheeler will go for his 11th win of the season. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Once again, make sure you hit like and subscribe on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. My name is Mark Farzetta. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow night after what we hope will be a bounce-back performance against your Philadelphia Phillies. See you guys then. Bye. Or bye, your Philadelphia Phillies. See you guys then. Bye.